Man Utd shock. Rashford swap deal. £427 million target decides and Carrick axes 4 players. Manchester United's summer transfer window has taken a dramatic turn. Marcus Rashford could be used as a makeweight in a shock swap deal. Michael Carrick is preparing to axe 4 first-team players, and a player valued at £427 million has now made his decision on a move to Old Trafford. Michael Carrick's first full Premier League season in charge is set to begin, and pre-season has already brought change. 3 senior players have joined this summer: Andre Santos, Youri Tielemans, and Karl Darlow. 2 academy players, Tyler J. Thompson and Kit Margitson, have also signed. Champions League football returns to Old Trafford this season after Carrick turned the previous campaign around following his permanent appointment. Before going further, if you are following every twist of this Manchester United transfer window, this is the channel for you. Subscribe to Final Whiz, like this video, and drop a comment with your prediction on how this window ends. It helps this channel grow, and your support means a great deal. One player whose future remains unresolved is Marcus Rashford. The 28-year-old spent last season on loan at Barcelona, but the Spanish club did not exercise the £26 million purchase option in his deal, meaning he remains a United player. His route back into the Barcelona squad has effectively closed, with Anthony Gordon and Marcus Rashford's former path blocked following other signings at the Camp Nou. Reports indicate that neither club is eager for Rashford to stay in his current situation. According to Italian outlet Gazzetta dello Sport, Rashford could be involved in a deal that brings Roma midfielder Manu Kone to Old Trafford. Kone, who impressed at the World Cup for France, is reportedly available for around £51 million this summer. Rashford's £350,000 per week wages have proven difficult to move, and he has been named as a possible makeweight in a deal that would send him to Roma, a club reportedly in need of a left-sided forward but constrained by financial fair play regulations. Neither side currently has a resolution in place, leaving Rashford in limbo heading into the new season. Elsewhere in the squad, 4 of Rashford's teammates are reportedly set for the exit door. According to the Daily Mail, goalkeeper Radek Vitek, defender Harry Amas, and midfielders Dan Gore and Toby Collier are all expected to leave Manchester United this summer. Vitek has attracted interest from multiple Championship clubs and may be sent out on loan with an option to buy attached. Amas, valued at around £6 million, spent last season on loan at Hull City, and the newly promoted club is reportedly interested in signing him permanently. Gore is on the chopping block following a loan spell at Rotherham United. Manchester United are also believed to be chasing a third central midfielder this summer, but one major target has already ruled out a move. United will be unable to secure Barcelona midfielder Marc Bernal, who is reportedly determined to stay at the Camp Nou. The Red Devils have already added 2 midfielders this summer. Andre Santos arrived in a £50 million move from Chelsea, while Youri Tielemans joined after United triggered the £35 million release clause in his Aston Villa contract. Spanish outlet Mundo Deportivo reports that Bernal, aged 19, has decided to remain at Barcelona this summer despite interest from United. The report states that Chelsea, Arsenal, Roma, and Saudi Pro League club Al Nassr also held interest in the midfielder, but Barcelona never entertained the idea of letting him leave. Bernal's contract reportedly contains a release clause of €500 million, equivalent to £427 million, making a departure from Barcelona virtually impossible. Bernal made 22 appearances in La Liga last season as Barcelona won the title ahead of Real Madrid. He also featured 6 times in the Champions League, scoring once against Newcastle United in the round of 16. United still have around 5 weeks left to complete their summer business, with a new midfield addition still being discussed despite the arrivals of Santos and Tielemans. AC Milan head coach Ruben Amorim has spoken about what went wrong during his time at Manchester United. Johan Cruyff once said, "Football is a game of mistakes. Whoever makes the fewest mistakes wins." Amorim made several mistakes during his United tenure, but the issue most often cited was his insistence on his 3-4-3 system regardless of results. Amorim was appointed by AC Milan last month, and in a recent interview with Sky Italia, he addressed his time at United directly. He said, "They Milan appointed me because they felt I was the right guy for the way I want to play. They signed me not just for my success but also for my experience with a top club like Manchester United and the reflections I shared in our meetings with Mr. Cardinali." He added that Milan understood that I was prepared for this job not just because of my past success but also because of my failures. When asked what went wrong at United, Amorim said, "The first thing is that it doesn't matter anymore. I learned a lot. It would be hard to point to one thing, but the important thing that I clearly know is that I made a lot of mistakes." When you do this kind of reflection and you understand that it was not just their fault but also my fault, I think Amorim faced internal pressure to adjust his system in December, briefly switching to a back four in a win against Newcastle before reverting to 3-4-3 against Wolves at the end of that month. He felt undermined by the request, noting that coaches such as Thomas Tuchel, Antonio Conte, and Jose Mourinho would not have accepted being told how to set up their team. His handling of Kobbie Mainoo drew criticism, as did his public comments regarding academy players. Despite this, Amorim is credited with improving the culture at Carrington by removing certain established players from the squad. The dilemma facing top players this summer extends beyond Old Trafford. Arsenal target Bruno Guimarães faces a decision on his future, with question marks over whether he would start ahead of Declan Rice, Mikel Merino, Martin Zubimendi, and Martin Odegaard in an Arsenal midfield. Two players once at Manchester United, Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford, illustrate how such decisions can shape a career. Sancho was loaned to Aston Villa, where he was used sparingly before his contract expired, and he is now a free agent, despite United paying £72 million for him only 5 years earlier. Rashford turned down Paris Saint-Germain's interest in previous years to remain at United, and his year at Barcelona demonstrated he can still perform at a high level, scoring or assisting 28 times in La Liga last season. Calvin Phillips offers a further cautionary example, having joined Manchester City behind Rodri before enduring loan spells at West Ham, Ipswich, and Sheffield United without recapturing his best form. By contrast, Declan Rice joined Arsenal in 2023 and has since become a Premier League champion, while Cole Palmer moved to Chelsea when his path at Manchester City was blocked and developed into one of the league's top young players. These examples highlight how the timing and destination of a transfer can define a career, a decision Bruno Guimarães now faces this summer. Manchester United are also looking at internal options to reduce spending in the transfer market. Since Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Ineos took charge of football operations in February 2024, the club has focused on limiting fees and considering resale value before completing signings. 4 existing players have been identified as options who could reduce the need for further spending. Shea Lacey impressed during pre-season, starting for United in a match against Rosenborg and showing he can compete for minutes in an attacking midfield already containing Brian Mbeumo, Bruno Fernandes, Mateus Cunha, and Amad Diallo. Mason Mount has been deployed in a deeper midfield role alongside Andre Santos, reducing the immediate need for a third central midfielder if his partnership continues to develop. Mount said of the pairing, "He's a little bit more defensive, so it allows me to push on a little bit more forward in these last 2 games and work off him." The 27-year-old missed 9 Premier League matches through injury last season, and his fitness will be central to United's midfield plans. Matthijs de Ligt suffered a back injury following the win at Crystal Palace in November and has been sidelined since, now recovering from surgery with a possible return before Christmas. At 26, he could become a key figure in defense again if he returns to full fitness. Marcus Rashford remains the 4th name on this list. If no suitable bids are received, United could reintegrate him into the squad, saving the cost of signing a new left-sided forward this summer. Manchester United could also save significant money in the market for a new striker. The club has reportedly placed former Juventus forward Dusan Vlahović on their transfer list, alongside Aston Villa striker Ollie Watkins, as contingency options should Joshua Zirkzee leave this summer. Zirkzee has struggled for consistency since joining from Bologna, with Juventus, Roma, and PSG all reportedly interested in taking him on loan. Vlahović is a free agent after his contract with Juventus expired, meaning United would not need to pay a transfer fee for his signature. He has also been linked with Barcelona and Turkish club Beşiktaş. Beşiktaş director of sport Andrus Roa commented on the situation, saying, regarding Vlahović, "Since the player is a free agent, the matter is in his hands. If he prefers one of the major 5 leagues, then Turkey isn't one of them. If an opportunity does arise for Vlahović, then of course we would want to evaluate it as a club." Former Fiorentina and Italy head coach Cesare Prandelli described Vlahović as one of the best strikers in Europe, stating, "For me, he's a champion. I'd like him to score even more goals. He's one of the best strikers in Europe." Vlahović had his best season under Vincenzo Italiano at Fiorentina, and the two are said to remain in contact. To summarize the key developments, Marcus Rashford could be used in a swap deal involving Man Utd. 4 players including Radek Vitek, Harry Amas, Dan Gore, and Toby Collier are expected to leave. Mark Bernal has rejected a move despite his £427 million release clause. Ruben Amorim has admitted his own mistakes at United, and Dusan Vlahović stands as a potential free transfer solution up front. Would you keep Marcus Rashford at Old Trafford, or would you cash in on him this summer? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this update valuable, subscribe to Final Whiz for daily coverage of every Manchester United transfer story, hit the like button, and turn on notifications so you never miss what happens next.